What's up, y'all? I'm back. Wanted to get into a couple topics with the mind, body, and spirit, and understanding. It's kind of just like who's at your table. Understanding the mind, body, and spirit are three different energies you gotta maintain and balance. And in the sense of those things are at your table. Those things are going to bring up certain experiences or certain people into your life due to your attractions, due to the things that you have to balance. And for some, this is the best example I hop right into. For instance, say you might be a nympho or some shit like that, and your body's constantly telling you, I need to have sex, I need to have sex. But your spirit and maybe even your mind might be like, it's time to move past this nympho shit. I learned a lot, I had a lot of fun, but no, there's no real value in this, in the sense of everything's just sexual. There's no other balancing of the mind. Well, sometimes, excuse me, I'll watch these people pass me up. I'm not gonna never say sexuality won't lead to balancing the mind and the spirit, but sometimes overbalance of the body will lead to not, necessarily having your spirit and mind taken care of. So say you just a nympho or a hoe or whatever, and you're just having sex too much, and it came to that point where your body might still have those urges and shit, but your spirit and your mind may, want different things. And you don't just weed your body off, because you have to balance your body from the state that it was in. Even though your spirit and your mind might be on a fresh start, like I need to start doing this now, I need to go cold turkey. Usually that's not the best way to go about shit. So that's just understanding, if you have a certain body needs, you need to take care of those body needs so you can weed out those super old habits that you used to have that you're trying to get past. But for us, it's like understanding, bro, we try to ignore the body because the mind or the spirit might say a certain thing, because we might find a certain religion or a certain belief, or we might go into a certain group let's practice abstinence. And we want to fit in due to peer pressure or whatever, just wanting to fit in. And it's like, bro, you just gonna straight up ignore what your spirit may be telling you that this not right, but since your mind or your ego or whatever, you're like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck what the body or the spirit may be telling me. And it's like, you have to understand, like I said, everything needs its own balance. So just understanding the mind, body, and spirit, sometimes we kind of just put it all together and think we do one, I don't even know how to explain it. Sometimes we just put it together and think everything will be figured out. But it's like, nah, bro, they got different needs you gotta take care of. Like, for spirit, you don't need to balance it with a certain amount of knowledge and wisdom and shit. With the mind, same thing, just upgrading, having different perspectives and different ways to think. With the body, it's not always sexual. Sometimes it might be something with food. Sometimes it might be, let me just stop drinking soda. Sometimes it's, let me start working out. It's just the body, it's a bunch of different things with the body. Like, I want you to do this for me. But your spirit may be like, man, I don't want to work out no more. Fuck that shit, I ain't working out. I ain't playing football no more for me. In existence, that's how I kind of look at shit. In the sense of my body might be like, hey, bro, let's get back in the gym. But my spirit like, nigga, fuck that shit. I ain't working out no more. I ain't got no use for that shit. But it's like, nah. Even though your spirit might not be on that shit, that ain't necessarily your spirit department. Your body trying to tell you, hey, you need to work on this health and shit. And do all of it. I mean, in a sense of, you get all three of them balanced, in a sense. You got three people at your table that's healthy, three people at your table that's wise, three people at your table in the sense of mind, body, and spirit that's looking after you, versus somebody that's trying to take away from the table or trying to overcompensate and get more than what, they may deserve or something out of you, in the sense of your energy. Because sometimes if your mind, let's just say your mind not balanced, you don't want to focus on your spirit, because everything, your mind is just focused on one certain thing, in the sense of, take care of this, or don't worry about this, let me get this girl back or some shit. So you fall out of working out or some shit, because you just, for whatever reasons. So you have all three to balance, but if you, if your mind is consumed by one of them because you've been overcompensating and overtaking care of your body, or overindulging in your body, maybe in the sense of eating too much, or having too much sex, or working out too much. And like I said, you might not be able to see past what the mind might be telling you. Hey man, you need balance. Hey man, stop working out so much. You so consumed by the body and what the body needs to do, or how I need to please the body, you don't think about the mind, or you don't think about the spirit. And that's with anything. Like, you might have multiple jobs, as far as taking care of the shit at home, as far as taking care of the shit at work, as far as taking care of the shit with the family. But say if one of those things are fucked up, like say if your household is fucked up, you're not gonna care about that job. You're not gonna care about having to take care of certain shit. And that's just how our mind kind of works sometimes, when we're not balanced, and when our mind's overconsumed, we don't have enough time and energy to put on these other things, and shit we just be like, fuck that shit over time. And that's just not a lack of understanding mind, body, and spirit having their own goals and things that they need to achieve and figure out. And sometimes, like I said, some of the things may all align, but that's more when you get those things balanced, when they'll start making things align for you. But if you're out of whack, they're not going to be too many alignments as far as the mind, body, and spirit being one, working as one. Because the body will be over here trying to do one thing, the mind over here trying to do one thing, and the spirit over here trying to pull both of them together like, nigga, if you don't listen to me. So it's like you fighting so many different fronts because you're not balancing them and harmonizing them. That's why I said harmonizing earlier. I don't know if that was in the video I cut off, but when you harmonize together, it brings them all together. It becomes that true Trinity. We usually say what? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or the Father, the Mom, and the child. That's the Trinity. But nigga, mind, body, and soul, me, myself, and I, goddamn, that's the Trinity that you need as far as the energy and as far as the energy of and building power for yourself. But this is just another understanding. I was watching Joe Rogan. This is my next topic, and it kind of goes with mind, body, and spirit too. I don't know if I'm gonna remember how I tied it in earlier, but I'm just go with this was on Joe Rogan, and dude was talking about, it was on one of the recent ones that came out like 3 or 4 days ago. I forgot what the dude, his name was, but he was talking to the dude that's talking about Mars and trying to escape. Is it time to leave this planet? If y'all watch Joe Rogan, it just came out not too long ago. I think it's not Duncan Trussell, but whatever, it don't really matter. But he was basically saying most people feel depressed when they're not good at something or when they haven't mastered something. And yeah, that's what I was gonna tie in. If you're not good at balancing your mind, body, and spirit, think about how you're gonna feel. If you're not mastered your mind, body, or if you have mastered your mind, body, and spirit, think about how powerful you will feel. Especially if you got all three. Some people got the body mastered down. Some people good as fuck, vegan, all type of shit, but they still a shitty ass person. Same for other things. Some people might got their spirit in line, but they body fat as fuck. Or some shit like that. Or they got nothing but mucus and shit like that. Or what's the other one? Somebody's mind might be clear as fuck. I ain't gonna say they found the wrong spirit, but maybe, like I say, something wrong with the mind. The mind may be perfect, but something may be wrong with the body in the sense of whatever. It could be an ailment that you can't even control. It could be some shit like cancer or some shit that was passed down or some shit. Like, your mind might be thinking one thing, but whatever. But I don't ignore the cancer shit. What they be saying in court, judge, what they say, I object. And they be like, jury, remove that statement from whatever, fucking, I'm just, whatever. But yeah, most people don't feel good and they start to feel depressed when they're not good at mastering certain shit. And it comes over time, bro. Like when you just become good at certain shit, like if you're good at football, you have a certain confidence and swagger about yourself. When you're good at knitting or sewing, you feel kind of good about yourself because you got this own special kink that you know how to do. And most people in this world don't know how to do no more. If you know how to cook, you're like, yo, I can throw it down. You can talk your little shit, but you're good at spades. When it comes to parties, that's your shit. But for some people, we're not good at shit. As far as, we might be good at gossiping, but how positive or how powerful that shit is. We might be good at certain shit, but it don't have serving no purpose to moving past or forward in our lives and shit. So that's why I just talk about that's a big problem with depression. We basically just robots, bro, and it don't take much to be good when you with this the formulaic, systematic, just do this, just press the button, just insert here. We don't become good at anything. We have jobs that we don't even understand what we're doing at the job. They come, and that's where you understand compartmentalization or whatever. Let's fuck that word up. But that's understanding that shit. A lot of people have a job but have no true depth in how valuable their job is, or to truly understand the ins and outs of their job. They just know, I press this button, that rings in, and whatever. So it's just like, even with your job, you don't even feel good at your job because anybody can come take your job. There's no security in your understanding, not every job, of course, but just the hourly usually. Sometimes even salary. It don't take much for somebody to come take your spot because it's not about you being good at it. It's just about, are you good, and not even are you good, but can you press these buttons like a fucking monkey, essentially? Do you know, you listen, because I'm talking so fast, but when you go anywhere, like in a sense of a career or some shit, they tell you their system and how they want you to do it. Basically, they can do that for anybody. It ain't like somebody else come in there and change up their system and be like, hey, if you do it this way, I can make millions more money. And they be like, oh, thank you, you're valuable. It don't usually work like that. And usually you just another person, a pawn, And they're gonna guide you to do this. It's just what next man up, like the Spurs or some shit. But yeah, bro, when you don't feel like you good at stuff, it often leads to depression. When you don't have no mastering, when you don't feel like you master nothing, you feel depressed. For many reasons. It's hot as fuck. But let me walk in the store real quick.